Welcome to Discovering 615, the podcast celebrating the people, places, and stories that make Middle Tennessee amazing. Here's your host, Rob Thacker, realtor with eXp Realty, better known as Thack Attack 615.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Discovering 615. I'm your host, Rob Thacker, also known as Thack Attack 615 on social media to some of you. And we're recording today from the Gorilla Grappling Jiu-Jitsu Gym in Hendersonville, Tennessee. A big shout out and thanks for them for letting us come and do our podcast here. So my guest today is Sheri Traxler. She's been in the wellness and nutrition fitness industry world for several decades.
Yes.
And
well, we're not going to say how many.
No, I was going to say a few years, or several years, but anyway.
Many decades, yeah.
And you're also the host of your own podcast, The Real Wellness Podcast,
yes.
Which I've listened to. Guys, you got to listen to it. It's great stuff. So, Sheri, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
So, let's jump into this. How did you get into nutrition, wellness, fitness, all that? Where did that start?
So I'm one of those weird unicorns that when I was in third grade, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to help people stay well. In fact, Mom kept saying, Sheri, do you want to be a nurse? And I was like, no, I don't really want to do that, because in my mind, that was more about helping somebody who was sick get well. I wanted to help people who were well perform even better. So from childhood on, that's what I wanted to do. And what got me into doing what I do now is, okay, I did the nutrition stuff, I did the fitness stuff, and I still do those things with clients. But then I realized, well, what good does it do if I say, hey, Rob, this was your workout for the week, this was how you were going to be eating this week, and how'd it go? And you say, oops, haven't done it. Like, so now we need to get into what's going on with the mind and with the environment and all the things that make a habit stick, so that all those great plans that you have actually get done.
Gotcha. And on that note, we know that people have made plans. As we know, it's the new year, it's 2026.
Yes.
And so people are talking about New Year's resolutions with everything, but especially probably
Health and wellness, yeah.
Health and wellness, right? So what I want to know and ask you this is, how do smart people change habits and stick with them? Because we made a New Year's resolution, and 5 days into it, we broke it, and we keep bouncing back and forth. And so how do smart people do that?
Oh, sweet. Let's get into it. This is one of my favorites. And I didn't warn you of this ahead of time. I'm going to use you as an example. Are you cool with that?
That's fine.
Okay, good.
Okay. Oh man, I'm in trouble now.
Yeah. So when someone, because you're a smart person, right? See, so it's perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Because you're a smart person. Through doing this for many decades, I started seeing what are the differences between people who make a habit, they do it for 5 days, like you said, and then they stop, but then they get back into it. Because we're all human, we're all going to have something come up. We're not going to do it perfectly. But long term, what is it that makes somebody stick with it versus those that don't? And that ended up becoming a framework that now I call my switch framework. So if you're cool with it, I'm just going to run us through the letters.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. I love that.
So any habit that you're wanting to make. So Rob, tell me a habit that you are in the... Maybe you've been kind of like, I know you come to this jiu-jitsu gym,
right, yeah.
So we might use that. Or what is a habit that you are making, wanting to get better at sticking with? Give me one.
All right, well, I'll say this. Getting more mobile, dropping weight, because obviously with jiu-jitsu, it helps me to be lighter, plus long-term health, being a grandfather now and stuff like that. So, I want to drop weight, get down, but I've always had a problem with weight going up, down, up, down. My sweet wife Elizabeth has said, honey, you get down, and I've never seen you yo-yo. I'm like, I cut sugar out, I'm doing this, where am I going wrong?
Yeah. Okay, so that is an outcome goal. So actually, let's start there.
Okay.
That's one of the big things that people, I won't say goof, or how we view things. We'll see an outcome goal of wanting to lose weight.
All right.
And we try to hold our feet to the fire for that. But you don't have direct control, Rob, over when exactly it happens, how much happens,
Right.
when, and so
Okay.
forth. What
Well,
you
this
do
is
have direct control over are behavior goals.
Okay.
That's what you hold your feet to the fire. So what is a behavior that you know when you do it helps you long-term stick with weight loss?
If I work out.
Okay, so your workouts. So let's talk workouts then. So S in the switch framework is you're going to seesaw your benefits and barriers.
Okay.
You want your benefits to be really big and high. You want that to be the heavy side of the seesaw. You want the barriers, the challenges, the things that get in your way to be really light and low.
Okay.
So give me 2 benefits to weight loss for you. I mean, to working out for you. Weight loss is one. We've already
Weight
talked
loss
about
is
that.
one. Also, mentally, I feel
Okay.
better.
All right.
Clear.
All right.
Clarity.
So if we were taking this as a deep dive, we'd be like, okay, list as many things as you can. We're not doing that. We're just high level, 2 things: weight loss, mental clarity. Now we take it to another level with those. Why is the weight loss important? Why is the mental clarity important?
Well, mental clarity is important because I think better and clearer,
Okay.
and I can make better decisions.
Better decisions. Okay.
Weight loss is important just for health reasons, long-term longevity for me.
Yeah.
To be able to stay flexible and to continue to do what I love doing, which is being with my family, traveling, training jiu-jitsu, those type of things without injuries.
Yeah. Yeah. Without all the
With all
soreness,
the soreness
that you were
and
talking about
inflammation.
earlier.
Yeah, that's what I was reporting about earlier. Yeah.
Little before talking, we were just talking about his soreness. Yeah. So what I encourage you to do is, and everybody listening, is whatever your why is, whatever that benefit is, go 5 layers deep. So you want to have better decisions. That's a second layer for you. Then you would say, why do I want to have better decisions? And you keep digging down.
Okay.
Had a client who, years ago, we were sitting at a coffee shop talking, and his goal was to go to a gym 3 days a week. Great, similar to yours, working out. Okay, why do you want to do that? When we went through the 5 layers of why, his bottom one, the one that was his inner driver, was he wanted to have more energy to make more money so that he could buy a large plot of land, put a lot of homes on it for his family in perpetuity. So he would know they would always have a place to go no matter what went on in the world. And when he said that, his eyes teared up, and I was like, okay, we've got the benefit now. So now it's not Wednesday afternoon, I'm tired, do I want to go to the gym or not? It's Wednesday afternoon, I'm tired, do I want to leave a legacy for my family or not?
Gotcha.
So that's one side of the seesaw. We load up that side. Now let's make that other side light. Your barriers. What are the challenges for you, the barriers for you coming to jiu-jitsu or getting your workout in?
Sometimes it can be business. Sometimes it can be fatigue. I just don't feel like doing it now. It's funny because my wife will always say, Elizabeth will always say to me, go, you're in much better mood after you come back from training. And I keep telling Angie that.
Yes.
And it's true. It is true. It's so true. But I could easily talk myself out of it, or maybe I didn't, maybe I didn't get enough sleep and I'm feeling tired, or, and so that type of, or maybe it was my nutrition, which was horrible that day.
Yeah.
I ate a Whataburger instead of, just eating.
Instead of some chicken and salad
or
whatever.
fish and salad,
Yeah.
or lean beef or whatever. Yeah.
So what you would do, we're not going to take the time to do that right now, but you would list out what are all of the different barriers, what are all those nutrition, sleep, whatever. All right, how do I get better sleep then? How do I make it more convenient for me to get the healthy food in versus the Whataburgers, because I know that makes me feel lethargic in the afternoon. So whatever that is, you figure out how to get around that. That's the S. Now the W. This is probably my favorite considering where we are right now, because it's wow power versus willpower. Too many times I see people trying to go, well, I made this resolution, by golly, I'm going to stick with it, and by the end of January, they're not stuck with it because they're trying to white knuckle their way there. If you find something you love, it's going to be so much easier.
Okay.
What is the thing that when you're, not just the end result, but as you're doing it, it has that wow power factor? For you, I'm going to guess jiu-jitsu is one of the things.
Right.
Because this is your home gym. What are some of the other things in your workout that make it fun for you to work out?
I think it's just, one thing is knowing the results that come from the workout.
Okay.
Again, having more energy, being in better shape. Again, one of the long-term goals, being actively fit with my grandchildren. Because like I said, I've got 2 right now. My youngest son just got married, so there's probably some more on the way.
Yeah.
I think also it helps me with my relationship with Elizabeth, and wanting to be able to go places and travel. That's one of our long-term goals.
So those are fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
But if those are tied to the results.
Okay. Again, the results. Okay.
What we want for this one is the process itself, because otherwise it's going to be, I'm laying on the sofa and I'm tired, I can always go do it tomorrow. No. What makes it enjoyable enough to do the day that you had planned on doing it? So the process itself. What would be something that would make that enjoyable?
I enjoyed working out. I mean,
okay, so you enjoy
I enjoy doing it. When I get up and do it, I enjoy working out, and again, I feel better after doing it.
Okay, so when you get up and do it, we're going to come to that one in a minute, so help us remember that.
Yeah.
The I is immersion. Immersion is what can you do within your environment to keep it top of mind, to make it easy for you. So this is that, put your workout clothes out the night before if you're going to be doing a morning workout. One of the things I always did for this was I kept because I went to a gym that was by my work when I worked corporate, I kept my gym bag on Sunday night full of all the clothes I needed for that week.
Oh, wow.
So that, and then that was kept in my office. And then I had little, plastic grocery bags that I would bring the sweaty clothes home in. That would allow me never to get up in the morning or get to the gym and go, oh, I don't have my t-shirt. Like, nope, I've got 5 of them in here for the week. I'm set, no excuses. So anything you can do in your environment to make it easy, to immerse you in that. The T, this is team. This is one, again, I keep coming back to the jiu-jitsu since this is where we are right now. It's who around you is supporting this. Who's on your team? You've mentioned Elizabeth.
Yeah.
She's encouraging you to do this. Your people that you are counting on and that they are counting on you when you're coming to a gym like this. Who else can be on your team to help you keep that habit of working out?
Well, I think one person, obviously Corey, our instructor, because he and I had that conversation before.
Yeah.
What are you doing to improve your jiu-jitsu skills and things like that, which is great. So that's another person. I think my oldest son, who has a nutrition and health background as well. He and I have those conversations.
Good.
And so having that with, again, with all my kids, that's the other, I think, key. And then some close friends too.
Good. Good. Yeah, that is critical. In fact, there's some research that shows, as much as I love all of my switch framework, there's some research that shows that the team, is the deciding factor. You can have all these other things in place, but if there are people in your life who are trying to pull you away from your goal instead of push you toward it, it's going to be a defeat for you. So, C, we've got 2 C's. The first C is a micro commitment.
Okay.
This relates to when I get up and do it. I enjoy it when I get up and do it. So a micro commitment, Rob, is something you can do no matter what. On your absolute worst day, you didn't sleep well, you didn't eat well, you're exhausted. A micro commitment is not, let me give you an example of what it's not. A micro commitment is not, I want to walk 4 miles, so I'm going to walk 1. That's still a stretch if you're sitting on that sofa exhausted that day. A micro commitment is, I'm going to put on my walking shoes.
Okay, gotcha.
If you're wanting to eat more vegetables, a micro commitment is not eating one. A micro commitment is putting them on your plate.
Gotcha.
So for you, for your workouts, what is something that moves you in the direction of that you could do? And there's 4 real benefits to a micro commitment. I'll give you this and that'll help you form it. It keeps it top of mind. It's not about achieving the habit. It's about just keeping it on your mind, because you don't want to get to the end of a week and go, oh, dang, I forgot to work out this week. Keeps it top of mind. Something is better than nothing. It decreases the pain of change for you. Let me give you one example for me. So I am working on journaling becoming a daily habit.
Right.
I know how good that is for my brain. I know how it rewires the brain. And I've been a journaler off and on all my life. But my micro commitment is I touch my journal. That's it. I don't have to open it. I don't have to write one sentence, because if it's time for bed and I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open and I'm like, oh, I just can't do this today. I don't have to. I don't have to think of any words at all. I touch my journal, and that keeps it top of mind for me. So for you, for your workout, what would be a micro commitment?
So probably for me, it would be getting on the Airdyne bike.
Okay, there you go. You don't have to pedal. You don't have to pedal it. You're just getting on it. I had a guy that showed up at a conference, and I did not know him. He walked up to me and he said, "Sheri, you have changed my life." And I was like, "Please tell me." I love hearing that I've changed somebody's life. This is great. And he's like, "Well, you don't know me, but you spoke at a conference 2 years ago and you talked about this thing called a micro commitment." And I had always had this treadmill. You're mentioning the Airdyne bike reminded me of this. He's like, "I had this treadmill in my house that I never used because in my mind, I thought I had to get on it for 30 minutes. And in the morning, oh, I got up late, I don't have time for it. In the afternoon, oh, I'm too tired to." I made a micro commitment to get on it. Exactly what you're saying. He said, in 2 years, I've not missed a day. So he says, sometimes I walk for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Most of the time now it's 30 minutes, but I'm at least on it. So that's the first C. The second C is, what are you going to do to help yourself be more confident? We won't dive into this, but I just want to conceptually give it to you. You as a person, Rob, are confident. That doesn't mean necessarily that you have confidence that you will do every new habit. Right. And so for confidence, what you look at is, what are other things in your life that you have overcome, that you have built a habit in, and what were the skills and personality traits to help you build those habits, and then we transfer them. So that's the C. And then the H is hyper-focus. This one is, if I could just jump out of my skin, I would. This one is so important because it would be funny to see the comments. I'm going to encourage you all, comment with this podcast, reach out to Rob and let him know prior to this podcast how many New Year's resolutions or goals that you set for the year. And what we often do is, starting January 1st, we say, I'm going to make these 27 changes in my life.
Ooh. 27 or 13 or whatever. It's, in other words, it's a lot. And we keep up with them all for about 3 days. And then some start falling off, and then eventually everything falls off. I encourage folks, maximum 3, ideally 1 or 2. Eventually that 1 or, it's not that for the whole year that you're just going to keep that 1 or 2, Rob. It's that right now, if you're wanting to really get in, the working out is easy. It's a habit. It's a no-brainer. You say, okay, for the month of January, that's the thing I'm focusing on. It's going to make other changes because, oh, what is it that got in the way? Sleep. Okay, I guess that means I need to work on my sleep a little bit too, or my nutrition a little bit too. But you focus on one, you get some traction there, and then once you get a little bit of traction, okay, now I can layer in a second, a third. And so by 6 months from now, you've got a few habits built and space for other new habits to keep coming in. Okay.
That is the framework in a nutshell.
Great. All right. Good deal.
Go forth and conquer.
Yeah. So if I'm hearing you right, our problem is, and that's so key, Sheri, in terms of we come in with 27, 30, a dozen habits instead of just focusing on 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah. And it's not, a lot of people think, oh, that means I can't do these other things. No, you will eventually in February, in March, in April, but this month, focus on one, because if you think about why is this important, each one of those habits has different barriers that you've got to problem solve. Oh, okay, I tried this, it didn't work. Okay, I tried this. Oh, I was going to go to that gym, but it ended up being too far away. So now I need to find one that's closer to my house. So you're going to have to troubleshoot that habit. And if you're trying to troubleshoot 10 different habits at once, it's not going to work.
Okay. Good to know. Well, Sheri, where can people follow you? You've got your podcast, the Real Wellness Podcast,
that is the big one, yeah.
On Spotify. Folks, you need to really check it out. I'm telling you, she does a great job. And it's not, your podcast, what's amazing is they're not 3 hours.
No. One of the things I determined was my podcast is for busy professionals unless it's on a weekend that they're just hanging out, they need a 10, 15, 20-minute episode, and they need to get a takeaway from that they can apply that day on something in their wellness. And some of my episodes focus specifically on each of these switch framework pieces, and I do a deep dive on each piece. Same thing with nutrition, exercise, those kinds of things. So real wellness is a big one. I'm heavy on LinkedIn, so follow me there, connect with me there, reach out to me. Facebook, Instagram. On Instagram, I am The Vireo Life. That's the name of my company, TheVireo Life. And that's also how you can reach me through email. I answer all my own emails, Sheri, S-H-E-R-I, at TheVireoLife, TheVireoLife.com.
All right. Well, Sheri, thanks for coming on today.
You are so welcome. I loved it.
I loved it too. Hey folks, you need to take some of these challenges, go with it, go forth and conquer 2026.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. Have a great day and God bless. See ya.